Hey everyone, good to see you guys back. This is my latest video, episode 386, about the Xandeum rewards seasons. So I'm getting so many questions right here on YouTube, on Discord, on X, all of these platforms that we're active in. Like, what are all these different rewards? And we have so many rewards. Can you believe it? You have in total, I think, 6 different opportunities to earn with Xandeum. Isn't that great? And, in this little video, I'm trying to clarify a bit of the confusion. And hey, it's not going to be only this video. We will be updating all our presence out there, and especially on the website, there will be a big button that says rewards, right? And then you come to that rewards page and we list all the 6 different opportunities you have on earning rewards with Xandeum, and we explain that concept of rewards seasons. So, spoiler alert, we're at season 3 right now, but there's more to it to explain, and I agree with all you guys. It can be confusing, and sometimes I post about, hey, we did this and we did the remaining part of airdrop 1, and there are so many ways to earn with Xandeum. You can easily get confused, right? And by the way, the live chat is on again, so I see the live chat messages running through here. A lot of guys, YouTuber Elaine is there again, Michael Hill, Olive MLBB. Hey, everyone. So I'm thankful for everyone that on Discord, on YouTube, on X, have told me like, hey, Bernie, there are so many opportunities to earn rewards. And we want an overview, right? And I'll give you the overview right here in this video, but you will see it on the website and on X and everywhere soon. By the way, talking about X, we have our own URL shortener right now, right? So you know that from bit.ly or t.co or something like that. It seems like some of the people that have asking for that, they might not be familiar with all these URL shorteners that are out there. We have our own, and it's xnd.to, right? It's like Xandeum 2, like go to Xandeum, something like that, right? Isn't that a great domain name? xnd.to. TO is the Pacific Islands of Tonga or Tonga. I keep forgetting that. It's a nice country out there in Pacific Islands, and they have that fantastic top-level domain. So we grabbed that, xnd.to. So if you see that somewhere, and you're going to see it a lot in the YouTube description, you're going to see it on X, you're going to see it on Discord, you can trust that domain name, xnd.to. That's ours, right? It's an official Xandeum domain name, and we sometimes do that to save characters, right? It's like that 160 character limit on X and all these things. So we shorten these links so you can just click on a short link and we control what's after it, right? So we can do an xnd.to/a or xnd.to/7. We can't do that with the publicly available, like the bit.ly or t.co, because those short things after the slash, they're already taken. So that's why we chose our own. It's super short also, xnd.to, and we have that little thing called the slug, I believe, after the slash, and we control that also. So if you see those short links out there, yes, you can trust them. That xnd.to is controlled by Xandeum. Kingdom of Tonga, thank you, Michael. TSBP, call me our Bernie. You've made it when Bernie calls you out on a live video. Ha ha ha. All right, cool. So, with that said, all the different rewards, and I'll give you just a little overview here in this little video, and I believe it's 6. Maybe I forgot something, so let me know. So the first 2 are for staking, and we have 2 different kinds of staking. We have the XAND staking. So if you own XAND tokens, the best thing you can do is go to our DAO, right? The new URL for the DAO is just DAO.xandeum.network. Go there, go to the XAND DAO, and deposit your XAND tokens there and lock them up. When you lock them up, it's important to use the constant lockup, right? There is others like Cliff or something like that. Don't do that. It has to be the constant lockup. And for the duration, it has to be at least 30 days. So what does that constant lockup mean? It's like you can come back to the DAO anytime and initiate the unlock. And then once the unlock is initiated, you'd have to wait 30 days. And then you can come back again and then withdraw your XAND tokens. So if you do that, this constant lockup for 30 days or more, then you get that 16% APY. So you get 16% per year on top of the XAND that you already have. So that is a great, great offer. So the best thing you can do with your XAND tokens is deposit them to the DAO, lock them up there, and you get these rewards. And these rewards, you can claim them in seasons, right? You earn them while it's in there. So while your token is in there, you earn, right? You go and initiate the unlock, you're still earning, right? You're still earning because then it takes 30 days until the unlock is completed. You earn until the end of that unlock. And from the moment you lock them in there, right? So you keep earning, but the payout is based on seasons, right? And one season is 3 months. Okay. And it all started on October 29th, 2024. That's the date when the XAND token got listed. So October 29th until January 29th, that was the season 1. January 29th this year until April 29th, which is past now, that was season number 2. So we're now in season number 3. So you get your XAND rewards for XAND staking paid out in seasons, right? So I'll show you that here. So here is the thing. The URL is stakezand.xandeum.network. And then you could unstake or you can get your rewards. And you can always only get the rewards of the current season that has just passed, right? So season 2 has just passed, which means you can claim your rewards for season 2 within that. And the rewards for season 3, they are accruing right now, right? So that you are earning for season 3, but season 2 has just passed. And once season 2 has passed, what you can claim here is the season that has just passed. If you don't claim it within one season, you will forfeit it, right? So all the rewards from season 1 that haven't been claimed, they are gone, right? They stay in the DAO. They don't go to us or to some, Xandeum Labs or something. They just stay in the DAO. So you still own it. All the XAND token holders own it, right? So, so that's for that. And the same seasons concept applies for the xandSOL liquid staking. So where you can liquid stake your SOL. So you can see that here. That's the xandSOL. That's the best thing you can do with your SOL. You can stake it for 12.58%. But this is a SOL, that's 12.58% on your SOL. SOL is a more mature project, right? So that means the more mature a project is, in general, it's considered less risk, right? So that's usually on your SOL, you only get like 8% or something, but with us, you get 12.58, which fluctuates with the price of XAND. Once a XAND goes up again, there's a little pullback here, not right now. So once it goes up again, this APY goes to 16% or something like that, right? You can't really compare apples for oranges here. An APY on SOL is different from an APY on XAND, right? On XAND, to be competitive with a new token, there has to be a little bit more of an APY to compensate for the risk. That was the same when Solana was new. They had way higher APY in their early days. So it all makes sense that, the APY on the SOL is a little bit less, but it's still among the highest APYs you can get on your SOL just anywhere. So if you have SOL, the best thing you can do with your SOL is liquid stake it with the Xandeum liquid staking pool. You get the LST token, the xandSOL, in return. So that's all fantastic. And also these rewards. So when you stake your SOL, you get your SOL rewards, and those get basically paid out via the xandSOL price, right? The price of xandSOL compared to SOL goes up a little bit each and every day and each and every epoch, which is just 2 days. So you get your SOL rewards constantly, but the XAND rewards, we get on top of the SOL rewards, we give you rewards in XAND. And those are being paid out in seasons also. So you can see that when you go here and you go to the rewards tab for the liquid staking, you'll see that they are being paid out in seasons as well, right? So now you know what season 1, it's passed. It was October through January. Then we had season 2, January through 29th of April. And then that has passed now, rewards 2. So if you earned any in season 2 between January and April, then now is the time to claim your rewards, right? So you come to these claim portals and boom, you can claim your rewards for season 2. You have to do it while season 3 is still running. So you have 3 months for that. And we're going to make that crystal clear on all of these portals that are here. You know, summarize the seasons, tell you from when to when, and what season we're in right now, which one you can claim, you know, when the deadline is to have claimed your rewards and stuff like that. So those are 2 opportunities to earn with Xandeum, right? Number 3 and number 4 is running nodes, right? So you can run a validator node in our DevNet, or you can run a PNode. Both of these are closed for now, but they will open up again, the opportunity to do that for those PNodes, and maybe even for the validators. And you can earn rewards with these. There are monthly rewards. They are paid out in locked XAND tokens. And those work not in seasons, but the payout is every month. We might get a little bit in delay at times, but I think we're kind of back to getting it paid out basically on a monthly schedule now, Verena, right? She's nodding. So, and that's for that. And they are based on DAO proposals. And the DAO proposals are normally for 6 months, right? So we do that by semester. So there is 1 semester where the rewards for running nodes will be set by the DAO. And then during that semester, you get them paid out each and every month in locked XAND tokens, right? So, and it's 10,000 XAND a month, locked for 12 months, both for running a validator node and for running a PNode. But that will all change. It will be dependent on stake and performance and all these type of things as we progress with building our storage layer, right? So then you can provide liquidity. For providing liquidity, that means you provide both SOL and XAND. You put it in a liquidity pool where people can trade SOL for XAND, and you earn a share of those trading fees, right? The total trading fees, I think it's like 1% or so for most of the pools. It can be different for each and every pool. I think the pool where we have the most liquidity in is maybe 0.5% right now, if I'm not mistaken, right? And you get the lion's share of that. I don't know exactly how Radium does it, but at least 0.3, if not 0.4%, that goes to you for providing the liquidity. So you earn these trading fees in SOL, but you also earn additional rewards that come from Xandeum or can come from anyone, basically. Anyone can put out rewards there on Radium for providing liquidity. And these rewards are being paid out once I think they're being paid out constantly, right? You have to lock your liquidity tokens, and then you go to Radium and you see the rewards accruing up, so they accrue day by day, and then you can harvest anytime, right? You can harvest your rewards like anytime. So this is not based on seasons. It is just, you know, based on that staking, and when you come back and harvest, you come back and harvest, right? So that was number 5. And what was number 6? Maybe someone can help me with that. There is the liquidity provision. Oh, there's the airdrops. No, so number 6 is the airdrops, right? So we have that points app, points.xandeum.network, and there you can do things like, you know, like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment, do the same thing on YouTube and also on X, right? And, you know, engage with my X tweets and Xandeum's X tweets and all that kind of stuff. So you earn points for that. And then once airdrop 2 is happening, then you get XAND tokens locked, and you know, that are vesting over a specific period. But you get these XAND tokens once the airdrop happens. And that happens at irregular times. Airdrop 1 is already history. We've done that. We just recently paid out another 10 million XAND for the airdrop 1. So that was for the people that, you know, collected points for airdrop 1 way back in time, right? It's months ago. And there we held back. We withheld like 10 million XAND because we thought like some people might have cheated on their points, right? So we held it back from everyone, and then discussed with the people to give everyone a chance to tell us, hey, we did not cheat. And there were 4 people that convinced us they were not cheaters, even though they looked like cheaters for us. So they got their rewards, but the vast majority, 10 million XAND, was withheld from cheaters, and they turned out to be really cheaters. They didn't even come back to us because they didn't want to tell us who they are or something like that. So that is great, great news. It's 10 million XAND where we caught the cheaters, right? We did not give them their 10 million XAND, but, you know, a few days ago, we gave these 10 million XAND back to you guys, the honest points collectors. So that is awesome. What we also did is like, we sent these rewards directly to the wallets. So there was not a claim portal that we usually have, but it was directly sent to 5,000 wallets or something like that, which drove up the number of holders of the XAND token to over 5,000, right? Which is just awesome. You can see that on SolScan if you want to check for yourself. And that's important because it gives us credibility. If we're a token with just 1,000 holders, everyone puts like red flags. It could be a scam or stuff like that. So now on RugCheck, which have been, you know, harassing us for a long time. So here's our RugCheck now, right? You see it now says good. That's the first time that has happened, right? It was always like red warning, and there were so many things here, liquidity not locked and stuff like that. So we locked like 150, 180,000 in liquidity. It's locked for 6 months. So that is awesome. And we did so many things here to remove all those red flags on the RugCheck, and now it says good. So that is awesome. That's a big achievement that we made from doing this airdrop. So that's fantastic. And we did that. So many ways to earn rewards with the Xandeum project here, right? So someone said, yeah, well, let's go through the live chat after that, after I've made my point here. So again, I'm super grateful that you guys looked into everything and told me like, hey, this is confusing, and then there's a tweet about this, and there's a tweet about that. and a Discord message about this and that. So we're trying to do all the things that we need to do here, and 6 different ways of earning rewards. And there will be a 7th and 8th way really, really soon, because the Munich release of our actual storage layer software is just around the corner. And we want to incentivize devs and developers to build apps, and that's going to be incentivized. So there will be rewards for that. It'll go through a platform called Super Team. And there will also be rewards for trying out all our products, getting the XAND token, staking it in the DAO. So it's like a little learn quest. So you go through a list of, what is there to do with the XAND token, and then you collect rewards. And likely these rewards are even going to be in USDC. So they are going to be paid out in kind of like hard currency here. And so there will be even more opportunities to earn rewards with this is the Xandeum network. So many ways here. So now I hope I haven't added to the confusion here. It's just like I've been talking about it, but we make it into an easy to digest and easy to understand little page on the web page, on our main website. It just says rewards, right? And then we have that. We can refer to that on X. We can refer to that on Discord and say, go to our rewards page. And on the rewards page, you get all these 6 possibilities that I just mentioned. You get them in like 6 tiles on that website, and you get a little explanation there. And it tells you that's about seasons and what season we're in and everything, right? So some people got confused, and I'm happy they got back to us, right? The worst thing that can happen is like they get angry or annoyed or something, and they turn back and never come back, right? That doesn't happen with our community. You guys are engaged. You come back, you tell us, and you tell me when there's stuff that needs to be updated because you care about that project, right? So that's why I'm super grateful to have you guys as our community here. I just love that. But I've been talking over 20 minutes for now. So let me, as always, I have the live messages on. So let's look into the live chat and see what questions you guys have, right? Also, I see we have more live watchers right now on X than we have on YouTube. So that's a first. I've never had that before. Glad that is happening. Awesome, guys. All right, so I'm reading the live messages here now from top to bottom. Okay, someone said just show picture, reward seasons, and no sound. It will be there. It will be on the website, right? But I just wanted to let you guys know a little bit of background here on how this all happened and give you the opportunity to connect with me live here and ask some questions. But yeah, it will be on that one page, all condensed. Then Elaine, evening Bernie, evening everyone. Awesome to be here. Thanks, Elaine. Good to see you back. Michael Hill. Hi, Bernie. Would love to know what version you expect our PNodes should be at. So there hasn't been any updates on the PNodes yet because we're just around the corner of building that Munich release. That will be a bit of changes there because in addition to XandMiner and XandMiner D that you have on your PNodes right now, there will be another piece of software called the pods. And these pods are the actual workhorses of the PNodes. They will do the storage, right? And they will receive messages from our Atlas, which is kind of coordinating all these type of things. So it is still that same version. I don't know the version number, but it's that one version that got pushed out, like when we had the Freiburg release. And that's still the active one. However, we do have new versions for the vNodes. So that has been publicized on Discord. So Brad has told you guys to update your vNode software for the Munich release, right? So it was a release candidate there like a few days ago, but we had to update it, and we have a new release candidate right now. So versions are moving on the validator nodes here. Okay. Olive MLBB, hey, and Peter, hi, rewards. Yeah, rewards. We're talking rewards here. And this is a rewards intense project. Have you ever seen that? Airdrops, airdrop number 1, airdrop number 2, XAND staking, LST staking, and this is all in the early days while still the storage layer is about to be released, right? So we're still pre-product, never forget that. And we're giving away so many rewards here, which sometimes is like, makes me think, right? Because we don't want to give away too many XAND and have too much XAND unlocking before the product is even there and before we have any apps, right? That's the time when, you know, we might see the full utility and the full pricing power of the XAND token, right? So it's gonna, you know, we're going through a few phases here with the XAND token, but we're still pre-product. So everyone remember that. TSBP, excellent topic, much needed at this time based on the Discord chat. Thank you, Bernie. Absolutely, that's why I made it this subject here. Yeah, and Olive, may I ask you something? Of course, that's why we're here. Just write it there. TSBP again, call me. Yeah, TSBP, I called you, and you're there almost always, TSBP, right? And you engage everywhere on Discord, on YouTube, on X, and you know, I see you everywhere. Glad to have you. Michael Hill, King No Tonga, yeah, thank you. Health, Wellness, Faith, I love that handle. Hey, just joined on phone and computer from Sydney at 5 a.m. Isn't this a great community? They get up at 5 a.m. to watch Blockchain Bernie and get the latest about Xandeum. I love it. YouTuber, I love XAND token. Thank you. Olive. When will you publish the airdrop claim link number 2, sir? Well, I'll repeat the same answer. I don't know yet. Once it's there, right? And actually, you know, the people that only ask for airdrops and when is it coming, and then they're selling all their tokens on that day, maybe they are not the ones that we need the most in this community. But everyone can do whatever they want, and we're happy to give rewards for all the tasks that you do. But do remember, you know, when you have your XAND tokens, the best thing to do is lock them in the DAO for 30 days or more. Constant lockup, earn 16% more. And just wait a little bit. Once our product is there, we will have fantastic opportunities there. It's, you know, I'm just saying everyone can do whatever they want, and I'm happy for people also. We need both buyers and sellers, right? We just need trading volume. So that's all fine, but I just want to remind everyone, maybe keep them a little bit. You know, the potential of Xandeum is still to come, right? So, all right. So Michael Hill, once unlocked is initiated, the APY stops on the day you do it. No, I don't think so. The way it should be, at least, you know, if you told me something else, it earns when you initiate the unlock. It still keeps earning until the unlock has completed 30 days later. Or if you locked it for 180 days, some people do that, or 365, you get more voting power if you do that. If you go over 30 days, you can double your voting power if you lock it up for 2 years, by the way, right? So, but when you initiate the unlock, it still keeps earning until it really unlocks, right? That's how we do it. And we did some mistakes with the reward seasons 2 for the XAND staking. So we're working on that. After the airdrop number 1, additional, you know, remainder has completed, and we've done that. Now we're going to clean up the XAND staking season 2. That should happen really, really soon. Then there will be another conversion window, converting XAND Classic, xandC to XAND token. So all of these things are happening one after the other. And there's honestly no point in asking me when is it going to happen, because the moment I know when, I will post it on everywhere, right? On X, on Discord, on here on this channel, and everything. And I just told you how we do it step by step. And sometimes it just takes a little bit longer. It took quite, a few days longer to do the airdrop 1 remainder, because it wasn't easy, right? We wrote a script that can do all that and sends it directly to the wallets. And if we make any mistake there, it's not that good, right? It was $100,000 that went out, right? $100,000 worth of XAND. And if we make a mistake there, that's not so good. So we better completed that. And at this time, a big thank you to Brad. Brad is a techie, but he's not a developer, right? But he became a developer. He created that script that sent out all the rewards, those 10 million XAND, to all those recipients for airdrop 1. So he learned Rust and obviously used some AI to help him do all that. But he wrote a really complicated and very helpful and very safe script that did all that. That we can reuse then for other airdrops. Xandeum is going to the moon. Yeah, that's what we all hope, and that's what we're all here for. But, the reason we do this is change the world in the sense that we accelerate the transition to decentralization for humanity, right? And really make the Web3, which is a decentralized web, right? Controlled by community and users and everything. We make that a reality, and we change all the apps that are out there. We enable to have all the IT infrastructure of the world, right? Your rental car reservations, your health insurance, your everything, that is all run by centralized organizations, and all the servers and all the data is owned by centralized large organizations. This can all become decentralized with Xandeum, because we are decentralizing the data that come with the smart contracts as well, and nobody has done that before. It is exciting work to do. It has a large amount of research into it. We have a fantastic team with Abi, with Isha, and with Kaveen, who are working on that, and who are not just only receivers of instructions and do this and do that. They participate in all the architecture here. They solve problems and high-level problems. Super happy to have that team there. And that's what we're trying to achieve. And, the token price going to the moon is going to be just a byproduct of that, right? So does that 16% health, wellness, faith, does that 16% APY in DAO for XAND change? If so, what influences that percent fluctuation? It's going to change. It's probably going to change when the product is out there, when we have some more trading volume, the token is more mature, and it's all going to be decided by the DAO. And as I said, right now, most of the DAO proposals are kind of like council proposals. So the DAO council just decides on these things, just because we're still pre-product. There's no product there. But once the product is out, right? Let's say in the Frankfurt release, right? When we reach the mine era, at that point we revisit that, right? And then that APY might go down a bit, and other things might change. But for now, it's all pre-product, so we're going with that for a while, as long as the DAO decides otherwise, right? So there's no preset path here or schedule or something like that. Hindero, nice to see you again here. Nicolo, nice to see you. Claim your rewards as fast as possible, then you can reinvest, absolutely. For Lara Graphics, when is airdrop distribution? I think I talked about that. FB from X, wonderful. Michael Hill, Vino payments are not up to date. Okay, so we're looking into that. And then health, wellness, faith tracker. TSPP, where is staking rewards generally greater for sols and LSP or the Radium liquidity pool? That's a great question. But again, I would say it's kind of apples and oranges, right? For you have larger fluctuations in your APY when you provide liquidity, and you have to provide both tokens, both SOL and XAND, and you're dependent on the trading volume. Yeah, no, low trading volume means low fees, and you earn low on fees, right? High trading volume, you earn a lot, right? So you can all participate in that. If you spread the word about Xandeum and about all these great possibilities to earn rewards, but also about our grand vision and about the product roadmap and the product that's coming out now. You can help get the trading volume up, and you earn of increased trading volume through the liquidity that you provided, right? So it is like, you know, many people ask me like, you know, what is best, right? It's a little bit like, yeah, what is best, stocks or bonds or real estate? And you know, if stocks, what stock gives the best returns? It's like, it is a little bit like opinion, right? And you need to build conviction of several things, and maybe do both, and spread your eggs over, you know, XAND staking and SOL staking in the LSP, but then also some of your XAND and SOL you can put in the liquidity pool, right? And on the liquidity pool, it also depends on how is the price of SOL versus XAND evolving. If there's big discrepancies in either direction, you will, you know, deplete one of your assets that you deposited and have more of the other asset that you deposited, which is called impermanent loss, but it's kind of a relative loss. So by the way, I wanted to demo you our fantastic merch here, this great mug. And before it gets cold, I'll drink some of my coffee here. Maybe let's do it like this here. So there's our merch store still on there. Is that right, Verena? It should still be here. So where's our merch? Do you know where? It's not on there? Oh, crazy. Yeah, we should put it on there because we're selling merch. So we'll put that link back there, and you can buy those mugs. And I love these polos, by the way. They are awesome. And also we have sweaters, and we have the regular t-shirts, not the polos, and everything. So cool. So where was I? Yeah, so there's no clear answer of where is the return the best. It all depends on several things that we can't influence, like the SOL price, like, you know, like the XAND price, and the also the other liquidity providers, right? The more liquidity is provided, the more people you share the rewards with, right? That's not true for the trading. Oh, it's true for everything, right? So the more liquidity is provided by others, the more you share the rewards with. So yeah, it's best thing is try out all and observe it for a while, and then you make up your mind and say like, hey, for me the best thing is this and that, right? And we need all of that, right? Of course, we don't want anyone to pull out everything from there and then put it into that. We need all three of these to grow, and I can only recommend, you know, try them all out and gain some experience for yourself. Okay, Bikram is there. Thanks again for that awesome video that we did a week ago, and we'll definitely do that with other people real soon. Yeah, Peter did not know about RuckCheck being good. That's awesome. Yeah, and that was one of the goals, by the way, of why we did the the airdrop remainder now directly into wallets. It doesn't mean we're going to do that every time now with future airdrops. But for this one, we chose that just to get the number of holders. The only thing that's left now is the mutable metadata, right? And that's not even true, right? Because our metadata is only mutable by the DAO. So it would need a DAO vote to update the metadata. And we're kind of reluctant to kind of freeze it forever or something. But maybe the rug check message is also only because it's somewhere on a GitHub and then someone could change it on GitHub for, that could be something actually. So we'll look into that. Somehow we want to fix that last thing also. So now it's a yellow, but it says good. Hopefully we'll get it to green in some way or the other. But that rug check thing is like, also kind of the balances and the price of xandSOL sometimes not appearing in Phantom Wallet and stuff. It's all like, because frankly, Solana is currently, it used to be 99% NFTs and now it's 2025, so it's 90% meme coins, right? So that's how it all is. And then they think about a scheme to warn people that's basically made for meme coins or for NFTs, right? But we're a serious project, right? We don't even need to have so many holders because we have a market maker, right? Meme coins usually don't have market makers, right? And it's impossible to talk with the rug check guys about that, right? And they tweet about how great they are each and every day, but you know, for us, they are not great, right? So anyway. Okay, huge achievement, health, wellness, faith. Congrats on rug check removal. Thank you. TSBP, please explain the rocket ship and how we can help improve community sentiment. Yeah, so I've been telling that. That's great. Great point, TSBP. Calling you out again here. Awesome point. Let's go to rock check here again. So we see this here. You can click on the rocket ship or click on the poop pile here or on the balance thing. Oh, it seems like people clicked on the balance here at some point in time. So that's on rug check. I'm not even monitoring rug check that much anymore, but if you log in, I can't log in here right now because my Phantom wallet is somehow on view only or something. So let me see if I have a better. Is it on view only? No, it's not. So I should, oh, this is, I'm only viewing this account. So let's take another one. Maybe this one. Ah, this is not view only. So I should be able to log in now. Oh, wait. Let me do that. Log in. Connect wallet. Connect. Confirm. Boom. So now I'm logged in. So you need to do that also. And now I should be able to click on the rocket ship, or can I not? I'm not sure. How can I click on the rocket ship? So I don't understand rug check here, but there must be a way for you guys to click on that rocket ship here and do that every day so that we get that green bar here, right? It's nobody hit the poop pile here, but it seems like 4 guys hit the scale here, the balance thing. So yeah, what I do at times is follow what's that called, Dex Screener. So let's do that and then enter XAND here. And yeah, trading volume is really low here recently. So we had a lot of buyers. Kind of the buyers lost, they spent all their money or something like that. It's only 266 here in the last 24 hours. And then if only $266 being bought, then it's easy for the sellers. With only $1,000 in 24 hours, it's easy for the sellers to get the price down. So we have that little dip here now, which as always is a great buying opportunity. And here you have these also, right? And you see, wow, yeah, no poop, no red flag at all, right? And when you when you're here on deck screener, you see that XAND thing. Just hit that rocket ship here. I'm doing that here right now to get it up from 146 to 147, I believe. So let me verify I'm human. Boom. Now, okay, so yeah, I did that. Thanks for making that clear, TSPP. Then MacPisic, is that how you pronounce yourself? I always wanted to know that. From CoinGecko. Yeah, it seems it's still on CoinGecko, and it might be because of the mutability of the metadata. So I'll still try to figure that out, right? Because it's not really mutable on chain. It's all through the DAO. But it might be because it's stored on GitHub, and then I think it's my GitHub or Xandeum Labs' GitHub. So we could change the metadata anytime, and maybe we host the metadata at someplace else to get out of that. And John Spence mentioned that a while ago on Discord as well. So let's see if we can get that resolved. For our graphics, when season 2 distribution is happening, we had that question also already. YouTuber, when is airdrop distribution? Health, wellness, faith. Will we get rewards even if we have already tried various products so far? Yeah, it doesn't have to do anything with trying various products. So you will get rewards when you have XAND and you stake them. You will get rewards if you have SOL and you liquid stake them for xandSOL. You will get rewards when you collect points on points.xandeum.network. You will get rewards when you provide liquidity. You will get rewards when you run a validator node. You will get rewards when you run a PNode. 6 opportunities to earn rewards with the Xandeum project. Olive MLBB, when will you publish the claim link? As soon as we know it. Then Peter, 196 registered PNodes right now. The 5/31 deadline. So 5/31 is the day after tomorrow. I heard from a few guys they're going to be doing it over the weekend. And of course, there's always the possibility that we might extend it for a little bit, but not much. So, and there's no decision made yet if we will extend it or not. So get going as soon as possible. Yeah. And by the way, there will be 3 coming from myself, and there will be 3 coming from Xandeum Labs, right? So that's 6 PNodes, and I haven't onboarded them either, right? So I will do that before the deadline, though, right? And that's 6 more, so that puts us over 200. And I heard from a few guys that they will do it over the weekend, which is great. And yes, we might extend it for a few days. TSPP, the coming revisions in posting rewards and other things on the websites will help everyone now, but it will pay greater dividends as we try to onboard new people going forward. Awesome. Yes, absolutely. That's my point, right? It's like it will help you guys that are already there to have a better overview, but I totally get the point. If we want to onboard more people to this, and we all want that, right? All of us, all you guys listening here, and myself and Xandeum Labs and all the team, we will only be successful if we get tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of new people onboarded to this product and project and use it and have the product out there, and people use the product and people use all our staking opportunities and stuff like that. If we don't make it easy for them, we will never be able to scale that. And that's why I'm so grateful you're making us aware of all these things, right? It's like, don't be shy to think like, oh, maybe I will annoy Bernie or stuff. It's all fantastic. We all need to learn. And I spent actually time today to tell my team, like, hey, we all need to make a lot of mistakes each and every day. If we don't make mistakes, we're not moving fast enough. If we don't make mistakes, likely we're not doing much, right? So we have to make these mistakes. And I'm happy I have you guys, the community that helps with quality assurance and tell us, hey, we need to improve this and this is not clear and how we do that. Please, guys, by all means, keep doing that. That's what we need. We can only learn by making mistakes, by moving fast. And if you help us learning by giving us that feedback fast, that's fantastic. Please keep doing that. All right. And that was a great point. That's probably like the third or fourth great point you made today, TSBP, right? So it's a real shout out, right? So Nicolo, who also does, of course, a lot of stuff, and I'm in contact with Nicolo also outside of social media, like in a one-to-one relationship, and he's helping in so many awesome ways. And his message now, I think something which may confuse people with the DAO are the different lockup types and how they influence rewards and voting rights. That is absolutely true. And I can't believe that, Realms is the prevailing DAO software that is being used on Solana, and it hasn't been updated in 3 years. They haven't made a single change on their software. They are just not developing it anymore, right? So what we have done is we cloned that. We have our own copy of the Realm software running under DAO.Xandeum.network. And we will probably, first of all, brand it like Xandeum branded, and just remove the other options, right? Like the cliff and all the other lockup types, because they are not relevant. You have to use a constant lockup. And I'm repeating that. That is super important. The type of the lockup has to be constant. You need to find that somewhere in the Realms DAO and do a constant lockup, and constant lockup for 30 days. If you do less than 30 days, even if it's a constant lockup, you won't earn rewards. If it's 30 days or anything longer, you earn the 16% APY. If you do more than 30 days, you get a larger boost in your voting power. The 30 days will give you like a 1.14x voting power increase, like a 14%. But you can go up to double your voting power if you lock it up for 2 years, right? So the longer you lock it up, the more a boost you get in voting power. So that's also awesome. And yeah, that's a good point, Nicolo. And it'll be explained again on that one rewards page that we're building. So that's also great input. We'll put that in there. And also we will streamline the Realm software and make it Xandeum specific so that we can really guide people, right? And all this thing here, by the way, we got big inspiration from Marinade here. And Marinade is one of the leading platforms on Solana. So if you go to like DeFi Llama with the TVL, they are still number 2 or 3 or something, right? Big thing on Solana. So we got inspiration from them. And they have it the same way. It is tough to use, and I saw that. And I saw that also with Marinade, but then I figured out there's just no other way to do it better with the current Realm software. So that's why we cloned it, and we're making our own version of the Realms DAO software to make it more user friendly. But also we're doing that rewards page that will explain everything on one page. What the nodes are used for, that's a great question to ask on Discord, because there's a lot of community members here out there that could explain you that. For the PNodes, right now it's all about the PNodes. The PNodes are being used for actually storing the data of the storage layer that we're building. And if you want to learn more about the PNodes, I can recommend just going to our website, xandeum.network. That's Xandeum Foundation's website, better. And here you have the 3 things. Why PNodes matter. You can click here, and then you get a description on what PNodes are, why they matter, right? You can read up on that. Then there is the PNode setup guide, and then is how to onboard your PNodes, right? So We have all the information here, what the nodes actually will be doing and the PNodes will be doing. Yeah, so that was the question. Then Michael Hill, love the idea of the rewards page. Great idea. Thank you. Nicolo, in general, the voting rights are clear, but people may be unaware of the voting decline with types of lock and what the cutoff is for rewards. The voting decline with types of lock. So, you know, I don't really worry about any other types of lock because what we're focused on is the lock type that is called constant. So if you do the others, you might get a voting boost or something like that, but that's all realms. It has nothing to do with Xandeum or anything. I don't recommend anyone using any other lockup type other than constant, right? We're only talking about the constant lockup here. And then and then the voting right is simple, right? So if you lock it up for 2 years, you double your voting power. You get 100% increase. You lock it up for 1 year, you get a 50% increase. You lock it up for like 90 days, which is if you lock it up for half a year, you get 25%. You know, it's a linear increase. So that's why that 1 month, which is like 1/24th of 2 years, you get 1/24th of 200%. So that I think that's 14% or something like that. Okay, but you know, you'll see it. It's not like, do we need to describe it? You go to the DAO, you say constant lockup, you give your duration, and it tells you down there how much the voting power is being increased, right? So we could spend hours and hours of trying to describe that and make it mathematically correct, and then everyone asks this and that and that and that. It's you know, just go there, do it, and you'll see it, right? Yeah, VNodes are at 220-CA. That's the very latest. Yeah, that just came out, I think, yesterday or something. So if you haven't updated your VNodes, the validator nodes, please update it for the Munich release. And Munich release is, you know, just around the corner. Michael, thanks to Xandeum for all these opportunities to gain yield and different reward streams. Thank you. Ehindero, what the vNode used for, it's a validator node, right? So it's basically, yeah, a validator, just like a Solana validator. So you can read up on or ask your AI, what is a validator in blockchains like Solana? And you get all the info there, and you can ask it all questions that you might have for that, right? So that's like public knowledge. So, but yeah, you know, use ChatGPT, Grok, Claude, whatever you want to use there. Then, which Discord channel should I follow to stay update with my PNode? Great question, FB. It's coming from X. So the way you do it is you go to a webpage, go to Xandeum Foundation's webpage, xandeum.network, and then you go to, oh wait, we don't see that here. Oh, let me do this. And then you go to subscribe here. You see that up here? Subscribe. And then you just click on join our Discord channel. That's how you join our Discord channel. Okay. So it's all on our on the Xandeum Network website, all on subscribe up there. Okay, Nicolo, you can lock on Cliff, where you can lock for a set time. After this time, you can withdraw the tokens. That's fine. You just won't earn the 16% APY. I can just repeat that. Do it with lockup type constant to get the 16% APY. You do it anything other than constant, you might get a boost in voting power from realms. That's not from Xandeum or anything. That's just the realm software that does that. But for the 16% APY, we are only giving these rewards to such wallets that have used the constant lockup. If you do anything else, no APY on your XAND token. So make sure you use lockup type constant, right? Anna Benson, hey, good to see you here. Elaine, thank you. Yeah, and Brad did a great job there. I agree, Elaine. Mubby, yeah. And Nicolo, you can lock on constant with an unlock time. When you click to withdraw, your unlock time starts to count down. Your vote weight declines during this time. Yeah, that's all the stuff, Nicolo, that I didn't want to confuse anyone with, right? I just want to tell anyone, don't worry about these other lockup types. Just use the lockup type constant, because that's the only lockup type where you can get your XAND rewards and your 16% APY. How about the tech? Yeah, the tech is awesome, right? We have that. Well, do I still have that? Man, let me show you this here. Where's my numbers? Here's my numbers. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can show you that right now. But yeah, we have tech here that we're building that's going to change blockchain forever, and it adds the storage layer that's badly needed for smart contracts, right? Not just have decentralized storage or distributed storage or something that's already there, but we need to have it for smart contracts, so that these smart contracts that power those apps, that they have access to a storage layer, and that's going to change everything. It's going to spark that Cambrian explosion of different types of Web3 apps. It helps humanity to self-determine, for everyone to self-determine their future. And this is the tech that we're building, and it has never been done before. This is, honestly, something that has never been done before. It's like even MEV and all these things, they have been done before, right? That's all there. But we're building something completely new here. And it might take a while to get a lot of developers that actually build these apps, right? It's, it's a tough road ahead for us, right? Once the tech is there, and the Munich release is very, very important to have all the technology there and kind of proves the concept and is a fully working prototype. But it's only the beginning, right? And then we need developer tools, and then we need to onboard developers, and we need to give grants so that people actually build stuff. And then the word needs to spread, and then there need to be more and more apps. And hopefully one of those apps at some point is gaining a lot of users, right? Because the developers had a great idea to actually make something that a lot of people will want to use, and then a lot of fees will be coming in for all these storage transactions. And it's gonna take a while, right? But we're making progress and progress each and every day, and I couldn't be more excited to have this fascinating tech out there. With the Munich release, there's not that much yet that you can see then in the Munich release, because it's just the underlying tech. And there will be some demo apps that are being built, and we will work with other developers to demo what can be done with all this tech. But that is what sets this project apart, right? It's not like doing a token and listing it and giving rewards. Any meme coin does that, right? But here it's the tech that's underlying that's going to change blockchain forever. And that's what makes this Xandeum project so special. So thanks again for the question, Darryl. It's okay is here. Good to see you. What would be a real use case, DApp, that we could see built on the Xandeum storage layer? Great question. So we're building on that decentralized Wikipedia alternative. We have that guessing game. We call it I Know It Live. Some people might know the Akinator app on their phone. It was quite popular for many years, where the computer guesses something that you have in mind. And also what we're looking at is an LLM fact checker. So challenging all these LLMs, these AI systems, and documenting their responses, tamper-proof on the blockchain, so that we can get accountability with all these AI and LLM tools. That's a fascinating one. So that's already the third one. The fourth one is web archives, right? So we see that, and Sean came up with that. Like, we see a lot of these web archives, Wayback Machines and stuff, where stuff is getting deleted from, can you believe that? From the web archives that are there to archive humanity forever, right? And stuff is being deleted there. Why is it being deleted? Sometimes it's law enforcement. Sometimes it might be the owners themselves kind of change their mind and want to delete their stuff. And I don't think that's good for humanity, right? If we can have our own Wayback Machine where people can submit stuff, and even it might be changed, but it's then all approved by a DAO or something rather than just some law enforcement going to some business owner at gunpoint and telling him, you delete that or else, right? We don't want that. So that can change the world also, having a new web archive on the Xandeum storage layer. So that's already like 5 different scenarios where Xandeum could be of great, great help. But we cannot reinvent all that. You know, it's a humongous task to build the storage layer, to build it out, to make the developer experience great. And that task is really, really huge, and it's going to take a lot of energy for a lot of time for a lot of people on the team, and it's going to burn a lot of money. And by the way, you know, so we need all these developers to build great apps. We need help to spread the word everywhere we can. And yeah, but those are the use cases. Thanks again for that question. It's okay. Then Rayo Comfort. Nice seeing you, Bernie. Yeah, nice seeing you also. Peter. So how far are we from Munich right now? Can't wait. So I've been saying we're almost there for weeks and weeks now. But, you know, we have all these things in parallel, like the airdrop one thing. It took longer than it had, and it took also some of my time. I'm glad Brad did put most of it in there. But still, it needed some of my time. Still, the XAND staking rewards, where we had an error in the beginning, so we need to fix that error. That still needs some time from my end. And and with the Munich release, you know, it's I would almost say we're done, right? That like the base technology is there. We're doing a little bit more testing. We're already working on some stuff for the Herrenberg release, right? So Herrenberg, fantastic little town south of Stuttgart, where I spent my first workday after I graduated from university, and I started my career at IBM in Germany. In Cologne, and was it in Cologne? No, I think it was in Neuss, which is just outside of Düsseldorf. So, and on the first day, they didn't even know me, right? They just had an interview with me. They put me on an airplane and sent me to Herrenberg for a training program, right? And I was like 24 or something back in the day. And I was thinking like, man, these guys must have a lot of trust in me, right? I could just take the flight here, which was expensive back in the day, right? It was just a 1-hour flight, but you know, it's like, you know, it's not like today you fly anywhere for like $120 or so. It was an expensive flight, and then they paid the training and stuff. So every town I have in that schedule here, I have a personal experience with any of these cities and towns that we have on our release schedule. So that's why I like that. So the Herrenberg release is the next one after the Munich release, and we're already working on that one. With the Munich, we still need to, you know, do the final touches on the documentation and the developer documentation and all the communication. And we need some blog posts to undermine it. And we also want to do a little bit of brainstorming. Is there anything we can showcase it? We have that file explorer there, which is great, but it's only for reading, right? We can't actually, we don't have a demo yet to put something into the storage layer. We're thinking, do we want to do it, or do we just want to release Munich as kind of the base technology as it is? I'm currently inclined to say, well, let's just release it. It's not something, it's not an app. It's not something where We can showcase a lot of things, right? That will come. We can showcase the Explorer, right? But it will just be constant data that we put in there. And anyone can write an app that puts their own data in there. And then they can use our Explorer to view that data, right? So we'll likely are going to release that. And that's not going to be a big press release, right? As you know, if we want stuff in Cointelegraph or Decrypt or something, it costs a lot of money. We probably save that for a little bit later once we have some demo apps that appeal to a larger audience. So this will be very technical, but it will be the complete, you know, the goal was have a working prototype with all the functionality. And we have that, it's already there. And we do the final touches on it and think about the communication strategy. But also we need to finish that XAND staking rewards. Then we wanted to do another XAND upgrade window. Then we want to do the airdrop 2 and all that stuff, right? And it's kind of tough to do all these things at the same time. Wow, we have like 3x, 4x the viewership, live viewership on X now as compared to YouTube. That is fantastic, man. I love that. Okay, and yeah, so Munich is almost there. I just can't, you know, what can I say? Can I say like it's 1 week from now and then we find, oh, we need to modify the docs here a little bit or write a blog post or stuff like that. It's like, but what I can tell you is like there's no major roadblock, right? All the technology is solved and working. So it's not like, oh, we need to redo this and that. We had that a few days ago, right? That's why we have the new release of the validator, right? The vNode software, the CA release. That was because we found something. But you know, I was so impressed with the dev team, especially Abi in this case, coming up with solutions that were, you know, thought out and implemented so fast. I couldn't believe it myself. So we have a really great team here on board, guys. And I'd love to get them on the call sometime also so that you get to know them. If you were in Singapore with us, and Michael was there, Anthony was there, a few of our community visited us in Singapore last year, and in September, was it, right? Or when was it? I believe. And the whole team was there, right? So Abi was there, Isha was there, Kaveen was there, Emil was there, even Jen was there, who is no longer with us, and even though she wasn't with us anymore, she still came to Singapore, and and everyone, and Verena was there, and everyone, right? So that was very cool. And maybe we'll get the devs on the call. With some of them, their English is just not that good, right? So I got used to communicate with them and stuff like that. But, you know, they are developers. Many of them are not that great for talking on a YouTube video. It's just as it is. But they are awesome developers. I'm telling you that. We have a world-class team here working on that. So Anna is asking what's the difference between PNode and vNode. So the vNodes are the validators. If you want to know what a validator is, right? Again, that's public knowledge. Use those AI tools. You know, just do a session with, I recommend Grok. For me, it's the best conversational tool. It picks up emotional balance, emotional vibes, really great, and really engages with you and has a lot of technical knowledge. So it's grok.com. It's, you know, if you don't like Elon, maybe you use a different one. And ask them what's a validator. What's a validator in Solana? Ask it what's a validator in Xandeum, the storage layer. It'll know about Xandeum, right? So it's a validator, right? The time in this video, and I'm already talking 1 hour, 15 minutes, the time in this video is not enough to actually explain what a validator is, but any AI tool can explain that to you really great. And the PNode is a storage node, and test out those AI systems. If they can tell you what a Xandeum PNode is, they might be able to do that, right? If not, direct them to the Xandeum website. Tell the AI, hey, look at xandeum.network, and they explain it there. Can you, Grok, explain it to me so that I can understand it as a layman, right? do that. So the PNodes are a new concept. Those are the storage nodes, the storage provider nodes. The P stands for provider. And they do the actual hard work of storage. They have that pod software in there. They, everything's split into pages, and these PNodes store the pages there. We make it all completely BFT, Byzantine fault tolerant, so really blockchain grade storage that's tightly integrated into Solana smart contracts. It's never done before. It is exciting tech. I love to work on that, and yeah. So, Mubby, read the roadmap. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Just read our roadmap. Then you know it. Okay. McPissick, my hoodie is great. Okay, that's fine. Oh, you bought one. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, we need to bring back the merch store onto our website conspicuously, right? So that you guys can all order some merch. We'll put it in the description here, Verena, right? In the video description. Make it one of the first ones so that people can buy our merch. Good advice to try everything. Yeah, you should. You should try these things and gain experience, right? And see what works for you, right? And it's all three is different things. And there is no, this is the best. It's just not, right? It's like, yeah. Shameless merch plugging. I love it. Yeah. And Xandeum team is hitting goals with precision. Quite exceptional. Well done. We're here to support you and spread the word. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. That was from Health, Wellness, Faith. And why isn't it Dex Screener to click on Rocket Ship? You can. You just have to log in also, right? So with both of these, RockCheck and Dex Screener, you'd have to log in, and I think you can either create an account with email or something, but I usually log in with my wallet, and then you can click on the rocket ship. And if you have several devices, yeah, you can usually click once a day, but if you have like an iPad and on your desktop you have Brave and you have Safari and stuff, you can click it several times if you want to, right? Okay, so Olive MLBB, when will Xandeum be listed on SEX? Sir, that's also a good question. We're working with, and Nicolo is helping with that, by the way. I mentioned Nicolo a few times. Let me give a shout out to him as well. He's helping with, finding some of these centralized exchanges. And of course, the small ones won't really help. And we got discouraged with Mexi. So Mexi really was a piece of something. So we don't want to get that experience again, right? And we want someone that really brings us volume, right? Rather than someone that wants to ride on the wave of the volume that we already bring. So someone that can really help us make the token more known and blah, blah, blah. And of course, the gold standard in that respect is Coinbase. Coinbase has a new way now of listing tokens. It used to be like they only list a very small number of tokens and you had to pay like almost $1 million to them in order to get listed there, right? They've changed that and they are listing more tokens now, but they have criteria and you need to submit a story and stuff like that. So we're doing that. If we can get into Coinbase, that would be fantastic. Bybit is also an exchange that brings a lot of volume. They have great power of bringing a lot of users and marketing tokens, but they also know that they have this power. So they can charge a lot of money also. I talked to a Bybit representative when I was in Singapore last week. It was a Chinese guy, and I just didn't like that guy, right? There are people like, they spread a vibe where you say like, no, I don't want to make business with that person, right? And with that person, I did not want to make business, right? I don't remember his name. Maybe if you watch it now. So Bybit is difficult to get in, it seems, and it's expensive. Coinbase could be great. Kraken could be great. With many of the exchanges, also like OKX and stuff, they ask you to put in a lawyer's opinion that the token is not a security token. if the lawyers write that opinion, that puts some liability on them, right? It's not like sending an email or something. And of course, we've worked with the lawyers, and we're absolutely convinced that XAND is not a security token. But in order for the lawyers to write that opinion that would be usable by these centralized exchanges, that costs us like $40,000, $50,000. I've asked my law firm and other law firms to do that, right? I'm not sure if we're, then we pay 40, 50,000 for the lawyer, and then we pay listing fees, right? I don't know how high the listing fees are, but even with Mexi, I'm not allowed to tell you how much it was, but it was substantial. And only to get delisted after, a few months, which was crazy, right? I would never do business with Mexi any time in my life, and, I won't recommend them to anyone. But that said, it's all not that easy to get listed on a centralized exchange, and it's also a project. And if we can get in there with Nicolo's help into Coinbase, that would be just fantastic, right? But otherwise, if it's like, big projects and big expenses and stuff, I would rather do that, in the mine era, when when we have the demo apps out there, when Wikipedia the decentralized Wikipedia has gained some traction and all that kind of stuff. That might be a good point in time to get listed on those centralized exchanges as well. For now, pre-product, and in this phase where we're at right now, I think we're quite fine with just being on decentralized exchanges for now. Who is coming next on live? Great question, Xandeum. We had someone in the last video, when the video that we did with Bikram, and then someone said, I want to be next, but I almost forgot who it was. Do you want to be on there, Xandeum? Happy to do that, right? I think Elaine, did you mention also something you want to be on? Happy to do that also, right? Just let me know right here in the messages. Okay, health, wellness, faith. My previous question was about the potential USDC you mentioned for trying products. Yeah, we don't know details about that yet. I just gave you a little bit of an insight, because we're working with Super Team, and Sean is working on that to figure out all the rewards. And we just set out like a total of, we start with like 5,000 USDC or so, and give it out to all these people. And of course, we need a good mechanism to discourage like Sybil attacks or Sybils, right? We don't want one guy to pose as 100 guys and do it 100 times and collect hundreds of the rewards. So you need to figure all that out. So health, wellness, faith. Chill XAND is great support to help non-techies, or anyone having trouble can help to run PNodes too. Yeah, there are a few community-run outlets there. One is Chill XAND. I cannot like recommend or endorse them or something like that. I can just say, hey, I heard there are guys out there, and I know who runs Chill XAND, and he's part of our community. And it seems like a good place to turn to if you need help onboarding your PNode. There is also another thing called, what dragons? Digital Dragons. They're out there. I think it's run by Nicolo. That can help too. So those are the two ones I know. And again, it's not like I'm affiliated or anything, or I can't even, I don't know them that well. I can only say I've heard they're out there. I'm happy. We have community members that help people onboard their PNodes. So if you don't want to do it on your own, or don't have time to do it on your own or something, reach out to either Chill XAND or to Digital Dragons, and they can help you. Okay, Michael, would still be great to have a separate Discord channel for us to post and share our X-posting for spreading the words about Xandeum. Okay, so do we still have that Discord channel where all the X posts are coming. I don't 100% know what you mean, but we can discuss that one-to-one, Michael. It seems like a great idea. Health, wellness, faith. After 30 days, constant lock is over and we renew. Can we choose to renew for a longer constant lockup and boost our voting rights? Absolutely. Yeah, you can do that. That's a great idea. YouTuber, I understand you might be busy, but even a short update regarding the session 2 claim, season 2, you mean, would help to maintain people's trust in the project. Please do share an update if possible. You say session 2, but probably you mean season 2, or do you mean airdrop 2, or, you know, I feel like I made updates like crazy here the whole time. So whatever the additional update is that you want, just let me know. Okay. Then, 1.04. Thank you for that. I say 1.14, but it's 1.04. Health, Wellness, Fit says that. 30 days constant lockup. Yeah, it's 1/24th of 100%, right? If we divide 100 by 24, do I have a calculator here? I'm not sure. Can you calculate that? 100 divided by 24, that should be around 4% then. Mubby, stay tuned. We're still in Q2 though. Yep, absolutely. And then Nicolo, YouTuber, there are updates on this, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. 4.16. Yeah. So it shows as 1.04, but in reality it's 4.16. It's, 1/24th of 2 years, right? Yeah. Yeah. 4.17. All right, Mubby, thanks, Nicolo. Peter, so everyone hypnotized by the background already. Well, yeah, maybe. Verena picks these backgrounds for me. I love it. I'm a math guy, so everything that looks like geometrical and stuff like that, I like that. But there's other, it's like the stereotype is there are other people that like, life, humans and, rabbits or animals or whatever. But I like this geometric stuff also. And it's like kind of techie, huh? Okay, Anna, if I lock 100K XAND token, what's my profit after 30 days? Oh, yeah, you can do the math, right? So 100K XAND, so for 1 year, you will get 16,000, right? So if you do it for 30 days, it's, well, I don't know, maybe 1,200 or so roughly, but you do the math. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Crypto Princess, awesome to see you here. I never saw you before here. Hindero, how much of XAND token do you hold? Oh, that's, I don't know. I need to add that all up. But, you can see, by the way, in the, where is that? The XAND tokenomics? XAND, here? There is the team allocation here somewhere, right? Where is that? Oh, team. Team is 15%. And and those are vesting, right? None of these can be sold for the first year. So they start vesting in October this year, right? And I can share here that I have half of the team allocation. So I own 7.5% here, but they are all still locked. I have not started vesting yet. And and that's my team allocation. And then I have a little bit from, running my own nodes and stuff like that. And also some of course, I own some of the Xandeum Classic here. So it's a little bit more, but most of my holdings are these 7.5%. And yeah, a little bit more here. But not dramatically more, right? So that's a small allocation, I think, for a founder here and the one that owns the idea and you know, is does everything here. Okay. Then is Xandeum fully decentralized? Well, it is not yet, but it will be, right? As we're all doing that. So as I mentioned with the DAO, we're doing council votes here because we're pre-product. Once the product is live, the DAO is going to be fully decentralized. And then the storage layer itself, as you see on the, and you see all the different eras that we go through with building our tech. And the tech will be fully decentralized, I think somewhere in the central era or something, right? We just want to get out to the market, time to market, like speed, getting into the market is super important to us. So we're putting that out in the market as soon as we can, even though the tech in the beginning is centralized, just because it's easier to develop and to do it fast and to get your feedback fast. Is that something useful? Is that something developers would want to build for? But then making this storage layer fully decentralized, and that's fully on our roadmap. If you look into that roadmap here, and do we have that somewhere on our website, Verena? Where was that? The yeah, not really the roadmap, but the spreadsheet with the eras and stuff.
Oh.
It's on Learn.
And then there.
Innovation eras. Here we got it. So we have that on the website. And you see the Deep South. We're almost finishing the Deep South. The first release in the South era is the Munich release, and that's almost there. And then here we come out with some demo apps, and here we fully decentralized everything using full Byzantine fault tolerance for PNodes. And that is, you know, I can't stress how much of an advancement that is for blockchain tech in general. It has never been done before, right? Making a fully decentralized network of those PNodes. So where was that question here and who asked that? Ahindero. Is it like that or is it Ahindero or I'm not sure. Maybe we can figure that out someday. It will be fully decentralized, right? We're on the way to, it's all planned. It doesn't mean it's all done right because we're still building it. But it is a fully decentralized project and really fully decentralized. Health, wellness, faith. Love the Xandeum roadmap. Oh, and by the way, someone asked how many tokens do I own? There is so many tokens. You see that in the tokenomics here. Where's the tokenomics again? Yeah. There are so many tokens that are held by Foundation and held by the DAO, right? So these are the big token allotments that can only be accessed by Foundation or by the DAO. So that was also important to note here on the project. Love the Xandeum roadmap, follows your personal experience in these places. Yeah, I love that. And thanks for sharing and bringing us back with you. Thank you. Nicolo, yes, there will be an update, Coinbase, as soon as I have finished helping with PNodes. Yeah, so that's the thing, right? There's so much stuff to do in Xandeum, and it's all so much fun and so, you know, it almost doesn't feel like work. But there are so many fronts here, and we can only do one thing after the other, and that's also true for Nicolo. So he's helping you guys onboard your PNodes, and yeah. And then after that, we can both work on the Coinbase. And if we can get a Coinbase listing, that would be fantastic, man. That would be so awesome. All right. Elaine, I would like to, when I know more. So that would be for appearing in the video. Elaine, there's not much about knowing more. That's how I did that with Bikram, right? We just agreed on a time, and then we did the split screen and have both on the screen. And, you know, you can talk about whatever you want, right? I'll just ask you like, hey, why did you join Xandeum? How did you hear about us? What did you do before? And you can talk about anything you want, and you could not talk about anything you want, right? If you want to keep out anything, I don't give much guidance there, right? I just leave it over to you. And yeah, that's how I like to do those interviews. And everyone who wants to be in one of the next ones, just let me more. All right. Then who else? Simeon. Yeah, next time join live would be great. Anna Benson, Mexi has never been honest. I think for new focus on building the Xandeum network, decks are okay for now. I agree, Anna. Thank you. And then Nicolo, I support XAND, and they're great and can really help. Also helping via Digital Dragons, aimed at people who came in through your crypto club. But we have allowed other people in to support PNodes. Yeah, that's all fantastic. Man, it's 1 hour, 40 minutes or something like that. It felt like it passed by just like a few minutes here. You guys are so great. You keep me engaged. I keep you engaged. It's all awesome. We have 62, yeah, almost 100 live listeners at the end of this video after 1 hour, 40 minutes. So that is all fantastic. I love you all, guys. Ask me all the questions in the YouTube comments or anywhere you like on X and on on Discord and wherever you like. And thank you guys for watching today. And catch you guys later. Peace.